In today's video, I'm going to talk about Chia. How long have I been mining it? How much have I made? Was it worth it? And what am I going to do about Chia moving forward? Let's talk about it. My Chia journey started about a year ago, over a year ago. I actually got into Chia right after it came off of testnet, and the only way you could mine it was solo mining. So there were no pools, and eventually there was an unofficial pool that came out, H pool, but you had to give up your keys, and I just wouldn't do that. Later on, they came out with official pools in which you didn't have to give out your keys. But anyway, what drew me into this project at first was the people involved with it, mainly Bram Cohen. You know, he's the guy that came out with or invented BitTorrent. And then this just seemed like another genius idea in which you were taking extra hard drive space that you weren't using. You would create plots on that hard drive, and then there would be a series of challenges in, they call it farming, it's mining. They call it farming, in which it was almost like a bingo. And if your hard drive had the bingo card, then you would receive an award of Chia for that. After mining for months, solo mining, farming, I never got anything. And again, I refused to give my keys up and join the H pool that everyone was joining because no one was getting anything. I had gone out and I'd invested in commercial grade hard drives. And because there was no return on anything, I returned them and just used the hard drives that I had around the house. Eventually, when they came out with pools, official pools, and you got to keep your keys, I joined one. And the one that I had joined was Spacepool. Now here on Spacepool, you can see how much I've made farming through Spacepool. Now my PC has been off for the past few days, and I totally forgot when I booted my PC back up to boot Chia back up so that it could farm. So I was like, oh my goodness, you know, let me get the Chia going. And one thing that I didn't know, that because I've always kept this running in the background, was that I actually found a block. After mining, I've been with this pool for a year, over a year, and within that time, I have found one block. Now, as far as how much money I've made, I mean, at first, whenever I got into this, it was $7 a day. And you know, you're using hard drive space. So external hard drives, which are not using a whole lot of power. So this was amazing compared to my GPU mining, which was very power intensive. And I think at first, if I remember correctly, the hard drives were making $7 to $10 a day. I don't remember. And I just kept them going. And eventually it just kept coming down and down and down until it's pennies. I know the last time I remember checking, I was making about 50 cents a day. And my hard drive space that I have available is right here. You can see, you know, I've got a 4 terabyte that I had laying around, a 10 terabyte that I had laying around, a 14 terabyte and a 10 terabyte. And that's all. So I don't have a whole lot of space that I'm contributing to the network, but I did not invest any money. This was hardware that was laying around. So it is what it is. Whenever the PC is on, Chia is usually on, and it's doing its thing and it's making whatever it's made. So to date, over the past year, let me open up my actual Chia. You can see that I've got a total balance of just a little bit over 4 Chia over a year. Now, what is that worth? Now, when Chia first came out, like I remember the day that it launched, because I was thinking, if this thing launches and it's cheap or cheaper than some of the other crypto, I was just going to buy a bunch and then hold on to it. However, when it launched, I remember it launching for like over $1,500. I can't remember what it was. Here we go. Coin market cap. When it came out, the day that it actually launched on an exchange, over $1,500. You know, this was back in May. But there, within a month, that price had dropped all the way down. What that came out on 5, when was it? 5/5/14. Okay, so the middle of May last year. And then within a month, it was down to $400. And then it just kept going. And so I had refused to buy, and I just kept mining, and I'm like, it is what it is. It can just run in the background. And then I just build up that bag and just hold it. If it ever goes back to this, I will obviously sell. But I don't know. I think this was just a lot of hype with the new coin coming out and Bram coin being attached to it. And it was supposed to be the alternative to GPU mining and power intensive GPUs. And today, where is it at today? We're at $34.04. So again, I've got 4. What is my plan moving forward with Chia? And I think that plan is exactly what I've been doing over the past year. And that's not buying hardware and just using the hardware that I have already installed and using, and letting that just continue to work. Again, low power usage. Build up whatever Chia it can build up, and then just hold on to it until maybe there's a spike, maybe back in the bull run it does something. I don't know. The one thing that I wouldn't do is I am not going to go out and buy new equipment. It just doesn't make sense. And literally, it does not make sense. You can see back here last 7 days, this 32 cents, this was what, about between 32 cents and 50 cents, I can't really remember, was about what I was making over the course of a 24-hour period. And again, I've got what, 4, 10, 14, 28. I mean, it's not a lot of space, but again, what I had laying around. So what I'm going to do is keep doing what I'm doing, not invest in hardware, just let it be. That is just kind of the short and skinny of my journey with Chia so far, where I've been and what I'm going to do going forward with Chia. Since I just turned this back on, I'll put out another video in a week or so that shows a 7-day profits versus a 24-day profit, which is something I couldn't show in this one because I had just turned the rig back on. But anyway, I hope you enjoyed this video, and we'll see you in the next one.